ChezPride. Welcome back to a video on my channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. It's not completely different because it is an inspired build that's a tiny home. Both things I've done before. I've done quite a few tiny homes. Even recently I've been doing tiny homes. But it is an inspired build, which means I basically take a picture from real life or an image I find on Google. Basically just a real life house, and I can recreate it from that angle, and then I wing the rest basically. So the only reason why this is different than what I usually do is I actually did this as a poll on my Instagram about a week ago, or my Instagram story. I'd let y'all choose between two different houses, which is the image y'all saw in the beginning of this video. And 75% of y'all want me to build this small black home with a bunch of foliage. And it was kind of my favorite too. I did like both builds, but this was actually my favorite. So that's why I was actually kind of happy that we did this. But basically, I'm recreating it from the front right angle, which is why I ended up putting a window that was smaller on the side. I really didn't like that. If I could have changed that, I would have. But the only thing I really would have changed to make it look more precise, and I didn't notice this until after the I had taken all the pictures, is the windows on the front porch, on the outer wall next to the tiny wall. The tiny wall and the bottom of the windows don't line up. And that extremely bothers me, but I already put it up on the gallery and recorded the video. So I was like, well, there's no fixing it now. So that's the only thing I would have changed. I would have made the half wall smaller or shorter, but I put the half wall there before I put the windows. So it kind of just didn't work out that way. But we are finally going to the inside. That build was the theme for the whole inside the house. I saw that build. I knew I was already going to be doing black because the outside of the house was black. And I kind of wanted to go with kind of a more modern home. So I saw that, but I was like, we're going teal and black because teal and black are two of my favorite colors. They're also the colors of my favorite band. So I was like, you know what? We're going for it. I know I can do this. So it ends up being really cool. I put the kitchen up on this wall, and then the dining room kind of in the middle, and then on the other side it has like an office / living room area. And I end up making the floors teal in the living space, which I just thought was really cool. Like, I love the way it looks. So I'm really happy about that. I did not put cabinets in because the big window there. I wish I had put corner cabinets now that I really think about it. But I think it looks okay without cabinets. And it ends up being a sink in the corner. Because the bathroom, as you can see, is a one tile long wide bathroom. So there was really no room for a sink. So because this is a tiny home and I couldn't I could add 4 more tiles, but I didn't want to. So yeah, there ends up being no sink in the bathroom. I don't think I put a trash can on the inside either, but I did put a trash can on the outside. So, there is a trash can on the lot. You just have to go outside. And yeah, there. I'm doing the bathroom now. I did end up putting a wall shower and making all the appliances black. I thought it looked cool. I will say, I didn't notice the window wasn't as where it should be in the bathroom. So I did fix that before I put it on the gallery, but in the video the two smaller windows aren't aligned, which kind of bothered me. But I did fix it before I download or upload it to the gallery. So there's that. But there wasn't too much room in the bedroom, so hopefully the scooting thing works. Because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like, sometimes it just, it'll fix it and then the next patch it'll break it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically I'm talking about them sitting on the bed and then scooting over to get to the other side of the bed. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't work, it's going to be a real pain in the butt to use this build. Speaking of which, this build is on the gallery if you want to use it. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how many packs to use, but knowing me, both of those numbers are probably pretty high. Just because I normally don't pay attention to budget or what packs I'm using. I will say I didn't like the way the bathroom turned out. Other than that, I love this house, but there was no really any teal walling, flooring, and wallpaper that matched each other, so it ended up being more of a blue type vibe. And I don't like the fact that it doesn't really match the rest of the house, but it was the best I could do because for some reason the teal wallpaper does not have any matching flooring. I really wanted the flooring and the wallpaper to match, so I had to pick my battles there. But hey, at least I remembered toilet paper. A lot of my builds don't have toilet paper, but this one does, so that's an improvement. Oh, but at this point, I'm kind of just adding decorations around the house, trying to make it more filled. I do notice that a lot of my builds, I tend not to add enough decorations. So in this build, I made the effort to. Also, because this area was so like squished together, it's a tiny home, and the living area is kind of just one big area. I tried to add a bunch of rugs to kind of break up was what the area was. So there's like one in the bathroom, there's one in the dining room table, there's one in the bedroom, there's one in the living room, there's one in the office space. We have a front door rug. There's a lot of rugs. I even have plants. Also, I did get the nice streaming computer because I figured they're stuck in a tiny home. They might at least have some nice appliances. And this computer is really nice. I also put a TL speaker, a TV with a gaming rig. Did I put a gaming rig? I'm pretty sure I put a gaming rig. I normally put a gaming console in my builds if I can afford it. And this one I didn't pay attention to cost, so I could afford it. But I'm decorating like crazy. I never put this much decoration. I even put a piece of art on the wall. I'm impressed with myself. Like, and a makeup tray by the mirror. How cute is that? Here, I thought I fixed the window, and I didn't. I had to fix it again. So I at least attempted to fix the window, but it didn't work as well as I planned. But now we're moving to the outside, which probably was my favorite part to do, just because there's so much foliage. So basically, if you look in the picture, you can kind of see a fence in the background. And it's supposed to actually be like the neighbor's fence, but I kind of just dragged it onto our house line. And I didn't do a full fence around the yard, but just kind of like an open fence just to get the vibe off. And then there was like a lounge chair in the front and a bunch of foliage. And then I did like a little path to the back, and I ended up putting gardening stuff in the back, or well, really a planter box, not really gardening. It's just like a planter box. Which wasn't in the original photo, but it's around the corner, so it doesn't show. It's not in the same angle that the picture is taken at, so I could put anything back there. But yeah, I'm just trying to fit in the certain stuff now, and I do end up bringing the fence down a little bit later and making that more secluded. But in the picture, there was a plant on the front porch, so I tried to do that. The only things I really added to the front yard that wasn't in the original photo is I ended up putting a bike in the bushes just because I thought that might be handy for them to get their fun up. And I also put wind chimes on the front porch. But here I was trying to, in the picture there's like a tree that goes over the roof. And I was trying to get that. So this is the main tree that I thought would work with that because it perfectly goes over the roof where it needs to. So I ended up using that tree. I never used that tree, but it worked perfectly for this build. And also I ended up using this foliage all over the place I don't normally use. I don't remember what pack it was from, but It's basically just this flat, big patch of foliage, and it ends up working perfectly to fill in the spots for this build. So I end up using it everywhere. And I tried to do this big curvy path. It didn't turn out to look as good as I hoped, but it got the point across. I added some terrain paint where the planter box is too, so it kind of was on flat ground. It didn't have to be on grass, because that would be really annoying in real life to have to weed around that tiny little area. Or like you'd have to move the planter box like every time you wanted to eat. But you know, this is The Sims, so it really doesn't matter. Here you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm basically adding little polka dots up to the lounge chair, because that's how they looked in the photo. That part was kind of covered up in the beginning photo because of the pole, but in the real picture there's like this dotted path out to the lounge chair, so I tried to imitate that in the build. And now I'm just kind of finishing up the build. There's that big foliage I was talking about. I shrunk it down, but it's pretty big. And the outside is almost done. I just put the bike in, and I do end up putting a bird feeder too. That's another thing I end up putting. And like I said, I did put a trash can outside, even though there's not one inside, there's one outside. But we are coming to the end of the video, and in just a minute there's going to be some photos for y'all to look at. So I basically, whenever I do a build, I show off photos walking through the house a little bit, because I think that's really handy to kind of see it when it's not all twist and turning. But anyways, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I may do this in the future, so if you want to follow my Instagram, feel free and keep up with my stories, because I do have y'all vote on stuff and show you sneak peeks over there. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. Alright,